result of not having that opportunity to learn from mum any of those survival skills. So that meant that Nicholas became a permanent resident here, and we provided him with a forever home. So as care providers, it's our responsibility to ensure that he has a stimulating, interesting and engaging life here at the aquarium. And one of the biggest tools that we important purposes of training is to teach our resident animals how to participate in their own care. Now what you can see Nicholas doing here is what we call high energy behaviours. And it's really important for Nicholas's health to remain high diet of almost 17 pounds a day, and he doesn't have to do a lot to receive that. But we want to keep him physically fit. So we train these high energy behaviours in order to work his muscles as well as his cardiovascular system. Now the particular high energy behaviour we're working with Nicholas on today are what we call vowels, and Jennifer is currently behaviours easier to do to the right and some to the left. So we can work on these behaviours in a number of different ways and in different locations. It means that we can provide more variability for that one particular behaviour. Now you will notice that Jennifer is wearing a whistle, and she's also blowing it when Nicholas is high in the sky. Now what you guys can do to encourage Nicholas to jump even higher is to give Nicholas a round of applause when you hear that whistle blowing. So I do believe he's more than likely going to be doing some more high energy jumps. So when you hear that whistle, you can give Nicholas a round of applause.
Oh, he's all the way in the far.
Very nice. Alright, looks like they're coming down to this pool as well. So some of the other behaviours that we can work with Nicholas amongst high energy behaviours are what we call cognitive behaviours. I'll let you guys watch this big jump. Okay, so as you can see, I'm actually standing in between these two white pillars, and that's actually a bit of a placement for Nicholas. So usually we'll utilise a target pole or somebody standing in a certain location to indicate that we want one fowl on one side and then on the other side as well. So target training is one of the most important training tools that we will utilise in order to shape different behaviours. So as you can see, just a little bit closer directly in front of me, and that's what we're looking for, a bow on either side of the pool, right in the middle. Now when we utilise targets, the first thing we will teach them though is to touch our hand, so a hand target. So Nicholas is going to demonstrate that now, and then from there we can actually provide him with different targets with different body parts, and then we can, even if we're trying to reach the middle of the pool, it means that we can actually use an extension of our hand by utilising a target pole. And it's simply just a PVC pipe with a buoy on the end. So if we need Nicholas to be right in the centre of the pool, we can actually have that target pole in the middle. And we can also use that target pole, just like I'm standing here, to also provide placement of where we want him to repeat a particular behaviour. Now some of the other behaviours we work with Nicholas are what we call cognitive, as I mentioned earlier. And that is because these guys are incredibly intelligent animals, and we want to ensure that they have that stimulating and engaging environment. And for cognitive, Jennifer just demonstrated as Nicholas what we call mimicry. So typically out in the wild, dolphins or young dolphins will actually mimic one another in order to learn different behaviours. So as you can see, as Seneca walks up and down, Nicholas will follow. If she moves her body to the left or to the right or turns around, he will follow. So another example of those targets is we're actually asking him to target his neck flippers. So sometimes it can be as simple as learning a new behaviour. That can be a cognitive challenge for Nicholas, or it can be providing him with puzzles or teaching him different concepts. Now one of the last and most important behaviours we work on with Nicholas are what we call sensory or medical management behaviours. As I mentioned earlier, we actually teach our animals to participate in their own care, and that makes it much easier and a more positive experience for our resident animals, and much easier for us as care providers. So for example, Nicholas is demonstrating what we call a ventral layout. Now we can actually collect voluntary samples from a Nicholas. It can include blood samples, urine samples, fecal samples, even like blow samples as well. But we also do everyday, what we call daily physical examinations. So we do overall body checks. And that can ensure that Nicholas is in good health every single day and that we can monitor his health proactively. So our wild dolphins will typically not show any signs of a weakness because they're trying to avoid predators from getting them. So here we need to be proactive because Nicholas wouldn't provide us with any signs that he was feeling unwell. So by getting these voluntary samples from him on a regular basis, we're able to make sure that he's in tip-top shape all the time. Now, some of the other more simple but very important behaviours we work with Nicholas is what we call like a gating scenario. So as you can see, Nicholas's habitat is fairly big, but we want to keep it nice and clean. So we can train Nicholas to stay in one pool while gates open and close, so that we can have Nicholas in one pool while we can clean the other pool. So typically we'll have scuba divers in the other pool working while Nicholas is hanging out with us in another pool. And that's a really important thing to be able to do so that we can get those scuba divers in whenever we can. Alright, so this may be a little bit an example of one of those high-end behaviours, the tail flight. That's also something that you can look at them all, look at them all. Alright, so what we're going to do to round up the rest of this presentation is we're actually going to show you what a gating scenario would look like for Nicholas. And I'm going to head around so that I can start off. As you can see, one of our volunteers already. Alright, so I'm going to head over to the gate. I'm not sure that the microphone will reach all the way over there. So feel free to watch. I'd just like to thank you guys so much for visiting us today. We are a non-profit organisation, so we simply would not be able to provide Nicholas and all of our other resident animals with that forever home or help any of those marine animals that are in need of our help with rescue, rehabilitation and release. So have a great rest of your day here and enjoy the rest of this session. Thanks.